There's no need to fear. Hezokai is here. Hey guys, so today it looks like ChandTY Audits went live to break down some Frauditor troll videos and talk a whole bunch of nonsense and ask a whole bunch of questions that, of course, they answered themselves in their own rhetoric. And so I've come here to give them some actual answers and hopefully explain some stuff to them that they're obviously too stupid to understand themselves. Let's check it out.
So what's going on is there's some hate channels out there. One of them's name is Frauditor Troll. Now, I don't know why they're trolling us. We're not frauditors, are we? I don't think so. Yeah, no.
And I don't have a beard. Nope. See, I said I didn't. Therefore, you know I don't.
Excuse me, sir.
Can I help you?
Got your ID on you, for me?
You want to see my ID?
Yeah. Can I get your ID? Just
my badge number.
Oh, okay. Do you have your ID though, man? What is
Badge
it?
Number 5.
5. Okay. You got your ID just so I know who I'm. Because look, man, this is a deal. Anybody could put on the costume. You know what I mean?
Man. I'm not gonna play this game.
Seriously, you can tell already that Craig is up to his stupid games and this cop wants nothing to do with it.
No, this ain't a
You
game.
got my badge number. You got my name. Okay. Have a good day.
Guys, sorry for the delay in us pausing and putting our mic on, but guys, this is hilarious. Like, so we approached this guy who was doing nothing.
We approached this guy who was doing nothing. So you just said it. You just admitted it. He wasn't doing anything. He wasn't beating someone on the side of the street and you happened to catch him on video to prove that he's violating people's rights and being a horrible, brutal cop. He's doing nothing. So why approach him at all? What's the point besides to be a jerk for the purpose of being a jerk, being rude for the purpose of being rude, of being horrible just for the point of being horrible? Why? Why? What's the point? There is no point. Oh, because when you have a negative interaction, that's when you get a bunch of clicks and views and you make your money and blah, blah, blah. I get it. Yeah. It's a social thing and it's a political thing. Right, sure. Yeah. You're trying to stand up for rights. You're not trying to get paid. That's why you're approaching a cop who's literally, you just said, doing nothing. Sure.
And he thinks we're playing some stupid game. I wonder what he thinks when a cop does the same exact thing. Of course, he thinks it's absolutely fine. Like, he loves that cops go around and harass people like this, but he hates it when anybody would do it to his master. I mean, this guy loves licking boots. Wouldn't you say so? Yeah. And that's probably his hobby. You know, he gets down on his knees, he says thank you to his master, and then he begins licking and slobbering all over some boots. So let's get right into this. Let's check it out some more. We're going to go mute again, and then we'll review it after he has his next comment.
All right, quite a bit to unpack there. Let's teach Craig some stuff here. First of all, he must love it when cops do this to other people. When do cops do this to people? I'm almost 50 years old. Not once have I ever had a cop come up to me out of nowhere for no reason. Now, you might define you selling illegal drugs as no reason because you think that law is unfair, but that is a reason. If you're sitting in the middle of a parking lot and just sitting there, maybe you're casing the joint. Maybe not. But how does he know if he doesn't approach you? There's a reason. There's always a reason. You guys love to say, these cops just walk up to people for no reason. In your opinion, there's no reason, but there's always a reason. Like I said, they don't do that to me. They've never done that to me. And I've had bad interactions with the police. I have. But guess what? Every time I was doing something. Yeah, I was.
All right, man.
Well,
Sir,
like I said, I gave you my badge number, my name.
what was your name?
Have a good day. You have it recorded. You can go
I
back and look
actually
at
didn't hear it. You didn't say it. Wanted to take this opportunity to point out that this guy is married to the job. Check out this ring.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for pointing that out, Craig. He's obviously very passionate about his job, and that's why he wears that ring. We need more cops like this guy.
You can go back.
Yeah, I mean, guys, I think it's so funny that like he's very passionate about his job. He's passionate about his gang, right? That blue line ring doesn't represent his job. His job, as stated on the car, is protect and serve, right? Not protect the gang or represent the gang. That's like a gang sign, right? He's representing on his finger.
Once again, that's your opinion. You think the cops are a gang, which is obviously ridiculous and insane, and you're just stating it as a fact. Oh, he's got a gang symbol. That's the problem. Like he's wearing a swastika or something because it's a blue line on his rig, which represents his job. But you say it doesn't, therefore it doesn't because you said it doesn't. Right? Everyone is just supposed to automatically assume that every word you say is absolute, undeniable fact just because you, a criminal, said it. So we're supposed to trust you because what? Because you harass people professionally. So that's how we know we can trust you, what you say, because you professionally harass people and bother people and walk into places where you don't belong intentionally to get a negative reaction. We're supposed to trust you and your opinion, idiot.
So, but I promise you, there's nothing that these guys, these cops, could do that would make these bootlickers see that they're bad people. They're just gonna love them no matter what. You know, they wear a gang ring on their hand. Thank God they do it, right? Because they're just passionate about their job. So obviously that's nonsense. But this guy, Frauditor Troll, he loves him so much that he just can't. He's blind, right? So let's check it out.
And there he goes again with another statement that has absolutely no bearing on reality at all, and we're supposed to just take it at face value as a fact. I don't know Frauditor Troll, but I know his videos. I've spoken to him on his live feeds. And okay, so because he doesn't like you harassing a random person who happens to be a cop, that means that he just is a bootlicker and just loves cops, and cops can't possibly do anything wrong. Oh my God. He's a horrible person. You just stated that this cop was a horrible person. What did this cop ever do to you that you know that he specifically as an individual is a horrible person? You have nothing to do with the person. You're talking about the uniform he's wearing. That's it. That's what you're basing your judgment that he's a horrible person on, is the fact that he has a job. That's it. He has a job. His job is he's a cop. So because that's his job, you know he's a horrible person. Like, because he has a job. So if you're unemployed, that makes you a good person? Is that what you're saying? Damn, you're stupid.
Look, man, I don't know why you're being difficult, man. If you just cooperated, we'll be out of your hair in about 2 minutes. You know what I mean? That's all it takes. Just a little cooperation. No, man, look, I get you think it's funny. We're just doing our jobs.
I actually find it quite hilarious.
Okay.
So-
and that's your right, man. I'm just trying to do
You're
my
right,
job.
you're right.
You know,
Okay. Have a good day.
I'm having a great day.
Okay. Well, enjoy the rest of it. Okay. If you want to film, you can back up and film. But if you don't need anything from me, I don't need anything from you. So I'm asking you just to step back. That's all I'm asking.
Okay, man. Can I just ask you? Can you just go ahead and take off?
No, I'm gonna sit right here.
Okay, then I'm gonna sit right here.
I'm allowed to sit right here.
I'm allowed to sit here too.
You're right. You are. But you can't be over here harassing people.
Harassing a public employee?
But you don't need anything from me.
I do. I need your ID. Just so I know, because, man, I don't know that you're a police officer. Right now, you're just wearing...
Guys, I just wanted to take this opportunity to point out, next time you get pulled over by a cop, look, I'm not trying to advise you to do this, but if we try to do what he said, you know, look, you can't be over here harassing people, right? And you don't need anything from me. Right? If we said that to them, we would get tased or shot or something.
Okay, so obviously you have no idea which community you are part of, because there are now thousands of videos all over YouTube of idiot frauditors doing exactly that and walking away, and the cops doing the quote unquote walk of shame. Nobody's getting tased, nobody's getting shot. It is not happening. Sometimes, if they push too hard, they might get in trouble, but that's extremely rare. Most of the time, it's extremely frustrating for people on our side because we have to watch these idiots walk away. So, once again, you're talking out of your ass. What you're saying isn't anything that ever actually happens. But we're supposed to believe it happens because you said it does, even though every single frauditor video on the internet, thousands and thousands of them, even your buddy AFA, who you said earlier in this video is in your chat right now, purposely goes out of his way to quote unquote flip the script on cops, and he's not getting tased and he's not getting shot. So, what are you talking about? Where are you getting this information? Where are the stats? Where are the facts? None of these things that you're saying ever happen. You're full of it. You're lying. You're lying.
These people do it just fine. And Frauditor Troll and all of his viewers, I think I saw one in here who said, "I hope you need a cop," and all this stuff. They don't see it. They think it's harassment when we do it to them, but when they do it to us, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I actually see people constantly on their channel, and they say things like, any auditor getting assaulted or arrested is a good thing. That's the kind of people these are. And these people actually exist.
And that's also hilarious because it's so hard for us to believe that people like you actually exist.
All right, so he's got the body camera. Oh, he's got an Indiana criminal code right there. All right, we like to see that. We got anything?
At this point, he's just asking for trouble because he's sticking his face on the glass. He's looking in, peeking in. That's some really creepy stuff. Obviously, he's not doing anything wrong. Just move on with your day, Craig. You got your video. Move on.
He says we got our video, and he says that obviously we're doing nothing wrong. But he just wants us to do what he wants, right? He thinks it's ridiculous that we're doing something he doesn't like. So that's the kind of people that he is, unfortunately. But that's the thing. It's creepy to look in people's car if you're just a regular citizen. But if you're a cop, it's okay. They're totally okay to do it. It's not creepy when they do it. They're cops. They're our masters. So we should just let them do whatever they want. It's creepy when we do it, so we should do it to them. But when they do it to us, yeah, it's totally fine. The logic isn't consistent, right? But that's the kind of way these people think. They don't have any logic. They don't have any brains of their own. They just do exactly what the government tells them. They think exactly what the government tells them, and that's okay, right? These people don't have any controversial views at all because they just believe everything that's pre-made for them. Everything they believe is on that 3x5 index card of allowable opinion, and that's all that they believe. No opinions of their own. Everything that they think has been put there by somebody else. And so that's why we call these people mindless automatons.
All right, here we go again. Mindless automatons with no opinions and just do whatever the government says because their masters tell them. Their masters? Did you know that slavery is illegal in the United States and there are no masters anymore? Oh, but cops do this all the time. Do what? Look inside people's cars. Who are these people that these cops are doing this to? Criminals? Good. What did this cop do? What did this cop do to you to make you want to search his car? And what is he doing to stop you? What is he doing right now? Nothing. So what's the problem? If everything you're saying is true, then this cop should be beating the crap out of you right now. But he's not. In fact, you're still filming. You're still filming. So what is the cop doing that's so horrible and evil and tyrannical? How does that fit your narrative of cops doing these terrible things when the cop is literally still doing nothing? Nothing to you at all, minding his own business while you're looking in his car. But we're supposed to believe that he's evil when he's literally just letting you do this. He's just letting you do it. So where's these horrible evil cops that are doing all these terrible things to people when right on your video that you made that's not happening. So how are we supposed to believe you when you say that happens when you're filming a video yourself of it not happening?
But that's okay. Let's continue watching his commentary. This gets.
Okay. Got a couple of phones. Wouldn't be surprised if there was a burner. You got a burner in there? Okay. Yeah. Man, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I was just on my way to grab some lunch. But when I see a suspicious person sitting here, I got to come check it out. Do you know what I mean? I don't. Man, look, just cooperate so I can get out here and go grab some lunch. About to go hit that Mexican spot down there near Farmersburg. You know what I'm talking about, El Patron. Sir, are you talking to somebody in there? There ain't nobody that I see. Are you on drugs?
Are you serious, Craig? Are you on drugs? We know you're really bad at selling them, but maybe you're better at taking them.
Guys, sorry, we're muted. We're muted. But guys, what I was saying is, look, he said that I'm pretty bad at selling them, right? Hey, there was nobody in my area that was better than me. All right, Ty can attest, can't you tell? I was the best seller. Nobody sells weed like I sell weed. Nobody. And so that's what I'm saying, right? He's just assuming that because I got harassed and thrown in a cage because I sold drugs that I was bad at it. I was great at it, right? Nobody better. So whatever, though. We can't still be muted. We're not muted still, are we?
No, you're not still muted, but your brain obviously is. You just said that the whole reason why you do this is because you're butthurt for getting busted. That's it. You just said it yourself. You didn't use those words, but since you like to twist trolls' words, I'm going to twist yours. You're butthurt that you got caught, and that's why you do this.
And he's drinking. He's drinking while he's on the job. I don't know if that's an alcoholic beverage or if that's not an alcoholic beverage. Okay. Hey, man, look, I don't want to have to do this, man. Let's just cooperate. We can all get along. You know what I mean? I'll be out of your hair here soon, dude. Look, I get it, dude. You don't want to cooperate. All right, but when I try to investigate, I need you to stop trying to retaliate. All right?
He's sitting there. He's sitting there. Where's the retaliation? What are you talking about? You're lying. You're building a false narrative. You're making up a bunch of nonsense. Where's the retaliation? He's literally just sitting there. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
They're going to come and do you dirty, and they love it. They love it when they actually act out of order and assault people and harass people. They love it. But when we do it to them, they hate it.
Oh, wait a minute. You just admitted that you assault and harass people, but because in your opinion you think that's what cops do, that makes it okay for you to do it. So two wrongs make a right in your world. Got it.
They obviously want the government to have all the control. They want the citizens to have no power at all. They just want us to obey our masters and slobber all over their boots. So that's what they want us to do. But this guy, he doesn't actually have any substantial stuff to say. He just says, yeah, of course the police are going to retaliate. You know, you're treating them like they treat us. Of course they're going to retaliate. And then he throws in an insult in there as well. But that's okay. Let's get right back into it.
Wow, that's a lot of assumptions being stated as facts. This guy has no idea what he's talking about. That's the problem. He thinks he understands how we think. I don't understand how you think. How can you make the assumption that because somebody isn't a criminal, that they're a bootlicker and they want government tyranny and control. Just because they choose not to commit crime, just because they choose to be a decent human being, that means that they're a horrible, terrible bootlicker that loves tyranny? That's insane. You're insane. You're a nut.
So, man, I've been hearing some reports that you guys have been stealing people's weed out here. Do y'all smoke a lot? Have you been the one that's been stealing people's weed? Smoking a little bit? Man, look, I'm cool. If you're just smoking a little weed, I'm not gonna report or anything. I'm just trying to do my job, man.
If Craig was really just trying to do his job, he would go back to the warehouse where at least he was earning an honest living, not doing this harassment that's going on right now.
You get what I'm saying?
I guess I missed what part was dishonest. I'm just doing what the cops do. So we're Kyle. Kyle says Frauditor troll sounds like a prepubescent 20-year-old. He really does. We'll see. We'll see what he actually looks like. But guys, what I'm saying is, I don't know. And one, I never worked at a warehouse. I've never worked at a warehouse. I worked at a factory. I produced stuff. Never moved stuff around. But that's okay. I really don't know what he's talking about here. He's just trying to insult me to appease his viewers. So, yeah, James Cornwell. Trolls are obviously clueless. Snow White, perfect script. Flip the script. Nobody knows his real name. Oh, we may not know his real name, but if you stick around, we've got his real picture. Let's get back into it, guys.
And here we go again. He's still recording the cop. The cop isn't doing anything about it. And yet, while he's doing it, he's talking about how cops do all these horrible, terrible things to people who try to do what he's doing. And yet, the cop isn't doing what he says cops do while he's doing it to prove that cops do what they're not doing when he's trying to prove that they do what they're not doing. Like, how does that make any sense at all? But we're the idiots. Troll is the idiot because he made a mistake between warehouse and factory. Oh no. Oh my God, a human being made a mistake. Uh oh. He must be a horrible, terrible, tyrannical bootlicker piece of crap because he said warehouse when he meant factory or factory when he meant warehouse, or who cares? His point was that you need to get a real job. That frauditing is not a real job. You don't have a real job. You harass people. Now, again, you're always right now harping on the cop thing, cop thing, cop thing. But in this very video coming up very soon is you harassing people in a building that are not cops, but you still do it. So that goes against your entire narrative right there. Just the fact that you do that at all. But we're going to see that in a minute.
He's got his sunglasses on. That's a clear sign that he's been smoking marijuana. Yep. Sir, if you could just take them sunglasses off for me real quick, just let me see if your eyes are bloodshot or not, and chance you'd cooperate. So you have been smoking marijuana? And you get that your parking job here is awful. I'm just trying to put it politely. If I was parked like this in a public parking lot, I can almost guarantee you I'd get charged money for it. You just do it freely with impunity. No ramifications. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a clear parking violation. So, man, do you like blunts or joints? What one is it? Look, man, I get you. It's a tough job. Hard on the head. I know what you mean. You deal with a lot of people that don't want to cooperate. After a long day of policing, you need yourself a blunt, right? You need yourself a little lie down, spark up. You get what I'm saying?
No, I don't think he gets what you're saying, to be honest, because you're just talking out of your ass as usual.
Now, guys, I get that this guy thinks I'm talking out of my ass, but I live around Sullivan, all right? There have actually been cops that have been stealing my friend's weed. I'm not making it up. They steal his weed, they don't write him a ticket, and then they just drive away. So I'm not talking out of my ass.
So now a cop letting someone go is a bad thing. So now the cops are bad because they let someone go because they didn't charge him. That's the problem now. They confiscated, you like to use the word stole to build your false narrative, but they confiscated his weed and then let him go. Oh no, how dare those cops let him go? So on one hand, you hate it when cops arrest people, but on the other hand, you hate it when cops let people go. You can't have it both ways, douche hammer.
So, sir, look, I'm going to go write you a ticket, all right? I'm going to be back here in a couple of minutes, so just hang tight for me, okay? Just sit tight. So, give him 30 days to pay. So, we'll say by June 15th.
Look at these idiots. They're actually wasting their time writing a ticket. Bunch of clowns, to be honest. He's not going to read it, and he's definitely not going to pay it because he doesn't have to.
So everybody, just so we're clear, we're clowns for writing a ticket for an obviously awful parking job. Now you can see in this picture right here that the lines are clearly like perpendicular to the way that his car is parked. But it's okay because he's a cop. And in Frauditor Troll's mind, cops are allowed to get away with anything that they want. But if we try to ticket them for it, we're just fools, right? But when they ticket us for it, of course it's right. These are special human beings. They've been tasked with the job of looking over us and telling us what to do. And if we tell them what to do, well, then Frauditor Troll has a massive issue with this. Let's keep watching.
There you go again with your false narrative building. When did Troll or anyone say that cops are allowed to do anything they want? Okay, he's parked sideways, but that's not anything that's parked sideways. That's what it is. And most importantly to me, you're still filming. On top of all the editing that was done by you and by Troll, and now by me, because I cut a ton out because this video was over an hour, you're still filming. So, how are you proving that cops are terrible, horrible, evil, tyrannical monsters when the whole time you're doing this, he's allowing you to do it? Now, you might say, well, he has to allow me to do it because it's my right. Exactly. And he's not doing anything to stop you. So, what's the problem? You don't like the way he's parked. That's the problem. That's the big beef, Mr. Butthurt, because you got busted once for weed and you don't believe in weed laws. So that makes it okay for you to be a professional douchebag because that's what you are.
Sir?
Can I help you with anything?
Yeah, man, so I've got this here for you. If you could just... Sir, roll the window down. Sir, I'm not going to tell you again. Roll the window down. Cooperate. Stop resisting! Oh, the freaking usual manners of getting them to cooperate aren't working. Sir, if you don't sign this, you're going to be held in contempt of auditors. Do you understand me today?
You serious?
You're hurting my feelings, sir. Please stop being a bumbling jackass. Roll the window down, sir. Servant. Do you hear me, boy? Roll that window down.
The truth is, you are completely and utterly useless.
So, guys, we are completely and utterly useless when we tell them to roll their window down. But if you watch my second to last video, you'll see that a guy got tased for not opening his door. How useless is that? I mean, and no, as a matter of fact, he was willing to come out and he still got tased.
All right, fine. Let's take a look at that.
What's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good. I'm Officer just with Collegeville Police Department. Reading the stops whenever you were coming down Talent Road. I got you at 49 and 35.
You sure?
Yes, sir. Do what?
I was asking, were you sure about that? Because I was going below that.
That's what I got you at was 49. You got your driver's license, your insurance card, and your registration on you?
Do you have proof that you got me going there?
I got you by radar, man.
Am I allowed to see? Cause
No, we're not doing that right now. If you want to argue all that, you have to go to court for it.
I'm saying that I wasn't going that fast.
But I'm saying that you are. So I need your information, please.
Why is it that I can't see proof?
Because it's in my car and you're not getting in my car.
I don't have to get in the car to see it.
I need your information.
Could you get your supervisor so that we can have
Give
proof?
me.
So at first, Mr. Gordon is asking if the officer can provide him with proof that he has broken a law.
Now, see right there, you've already proved that you have absolutely no idea how the justice system works. The cop just told him that's what court is for. You disagree with the cop, you bring the evidence to court, you prove you didn't do it. You're saying, well, he just asked him to prove that he committed a crime. You're innocent until proven guilty. Nobody has to prove you committed a crime until you're in court. That's how the justice system works in this country. You don't like it, move to Korea.
The officer smugly replies, "We're not doing that right now," and goes back to demanding that Mr. Gordon complies with his demands. Feeling uncomfortable, Mr. Gordon politely requests a supervisor. After completely ignoring his employer's request, the armed thug goes back to barking orders and begins his assault.
There you go again with the false narrative building. All of these frauditors love to use words, very specifically, very purposely chosen words to build a false narrative that doesn't match the video. He doesn't refer to the person driving as anything other than the employer. He's the boss. He has to tell the cop what to do because he's the cop's employer. And the cop isn't a cop, he's an armed thug. The employer is telling the armed thug what to do because he's his employer, he's his boss, he can tell him what to do, yet he still barks orders. He asked him for his driver's license because he caught him speeding. That's it. That's barking an order, asking for a driver's license. Anyone who's driving needs a driver's license, well established, way getting into the whole sovereign citizen nonsense now. Give me a break, dude.
Your information or you're going to be coming out of this vehicle.
I can get out, sir, but
Give me your information.
I'm gonna turn my video on. Wow.
Get out of the car.
You can't do that for a traffic stop, sir.
623, start me number.
Now, Mr. Gordon has requested a supervisor to the scene at least 3 times now. The officer has refused each request, but when he wanted to escalate and begins his attack, he has no problem calling for more of his gang members. This shows he was fully capable of swallowing his pride and de-escalating by calling his supervisor, but chose to escalate and attack instead.
Get out of the car, man.
Please don't touch me, sir.
I'm telling you to get out of the car.
All right, bro. Let me turn my video on.
I'm going to tase you. Get the hell out of the car.
Sir, this is a traffic stop. Please don't hurt me, sir. I'm a good kid. Stop.
Get out of the vehicle.
I'm recording you. This is a traffic stop.
I will tase you. Get out.
Traffic stop.
Get out. You will be tased. Get out.
Said he pulled me over for a traffic
Get
stop.
out.
Tase me. You can't do that, officer, because I called for your
Get out.
I have.
Get out.
What is the
You
reason?
refuse to give your information. I told you to get out of the car. Now you're resisting. Get out.
I asked to speak to your supervisor.
Get out.
Sir, I feel
Get out.
comfortable. Please get your supervisor.
I don't give a shit what you feel like. I said get out.
Please stop it. Why are you being like this? This is how y'all really are? Please stop. This is all on tape. Please stop.
Get out of the car.
Please don't hurt me. Why
Get
are you
out.
doing this? No, sir.
I'm telling you to get out.
I'm telling you that this is not lawful.
Now remember, what Craig said earlier was that this guy got tased for not opening his door. And then he tried to correct himself and said, well, actually, he was willing to get out of the car, but got tased anyway. And yet, we just spent the last 2 minutes watching him not get out with his door open. So the door was open, so Craig lied about that. And he didn't just say, get out of the car and then tase the guy. He was telling the guy to get out for over 2 minutes before he tased him. So, false narrative much?
I do my job because I actually believe that cops are bad. I actually believe that that people shouldn't be told what to do by other human beings. But he actually believes that cops are great, that they do nothing but help people. Everything they do, there's no wrongdoing in it. That's the way that this guy thinks. So maybe he's stupid or maybe he's lying. But either way, I mean, the guy's an idiot. So let's go. Let's keep going.
Okay, so Troll's the liar, and you're just doing what you do because you believe cops need to be watched. So let me fast forward a little bit and get to the point where you do some cop watching and hold cops accountable by auditing people that are not cops.
Hello. Hi. Can I help you? Can I help you?
Hi, no thank you. I'm just gonna check out the office here today. You guys doing all right in here?
Yeah. How are you?
No, I'm doing fantastic.
Warming up out there.
It's been warmed up out there for a while
it's
now.
Gorgeous.
Today?
This morning it was 60 degrees outside.
Well, I didn't.
From the Antarctica?
Yes. Anything above 70 is
I grew
hot.
up in Texas, so this is not.
I see. It's like 20 degrees below normal today, huh? Compared to Texas.
Right.
I don't know why. Maybe it's just his voice, but it sounds like even when he's trying to be polite, he's full. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if I'm the only one that feels that way.
All right, guys. Let him know in the comments. All right, please. So put 1 if you think I sound nice when I'm trying to be nice. Put 2 if you think I sound like an asshole when I'm trying to be nice. And put 3 if you think cops are exactly the way he described me being.
So once again, there you go. With 2 wrongs making a right. Your statement is that it's okay for you to be rude to random people because, in your opinion, cops are rude to random people. And we're the ones with no logic?
Kyle put 3. Yeah, I agree. Chief put 3. Guys, I mean, I don't know. This guy just hates me. James, the Mick. And James, hey, if you want to stick around, anonymous. He put I do something and asked.
We started at 12 today.
Here they come.
Oh no, it's a restricted area.
Obviously, today it's basement.
Is there any? And y'all really keep your doors secured.
More than willing to answer any questions for you. More than willing to.
You know why this county was named after Jefferson?
That I can't answer, but I have lived here my whole life.
Yeah, I don't know why either. I'd like to hear it if somebody did know.
Well, the Jefferson County Historical, that door is monitored.
Yeah, I saw that.
It'll go off. The Jefferson County Historical Society, which is located, you know where the near mansion is.
No.
Okay, if you drive Bond Drive and the orange house, you'll see it. And once you go past it and you make a right, and the Jefferson County Historical Society is right there.
And they might be able to tell me something.
Probably,
Is that a county like building?
that's the Jefferson County. Yeah, it's county, funded by the county.
Okay.
And it's about just about any.
So far, the staff has been super nice to Craig and everything is rolling really smooth. But that wouldn't make for a very good video, right? So Craig is going to need to step it up to get a reaction. Let's see what happens.
Historical.
Do you know if it costs to enter?
It's free.
Awesome. That's great, man.
But where are you going?
I'm just going upstairs, man. I assume there's
You can't go
doors.
upstairs with cameras.
I can't go inside those doors with them.
You can't go upstairs. That's very well as part of the second floor.
Well, and that's the thing, man, is I know that he probably heard that from somebody or whatever, but the rule
It's
is
coming from the judge.
Yeah.
Okay.
the judge has a responsibility to stop people from having recording devices of any kind in the courtroom or in the areas immediately adjacent to the courtroom, which would be the second floor. So as long as there's a door between this area and the area immediately adjacent to the courtroom, we're good to go up there.
No, you're not. You cannot go to the second floor. And I'll tell you what my judge has said. If you'd like to speak to him, I'll give you the phone numbers.
Well, they're in the building, aren't they?
They're in court though.
The third floor is this
Second
one?
and third.
Okay.
Second and
All right. So what's going to happen if we do go up there?
Just try, Craig. Just go up there. We love to see you in handcuffs. We can't get enough of it. Just go ahead.
We do go up there. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, we go up there. All right, yeah, just wait. We go up there for sure. All right, cool.
Oh, wait a minute. So you do go up there? Okay. So first of all, you came here to bait the cop, obviously, because why were you auditing people that weren't cops when your whole thing is to go against cops and walk into an area when you said, let's do this right before you did it, and then walk down and say out loud, wow, a restricted area. So you know that you're walking into a restricted area on purpose to instigate a police interaction intentionally so that you can what? You just said, "Oh, well we went upstairs anyway." Right. Exactly. You did it. Nobody stopped you. Again, you're making videos that show cops not doing what you accuse them of doing, and then while you're showing the video of them not doing what you're saying they're doing it. What did he do? He told you don't go up there, but you went up there anyway, and he didn't stop you. So what? Because he said something? So now freedom of speech doesn't apply to the cops because they're cops, right? And I love when you guys say, well, once you sign up to be a public servant, you give away all your rights. I never read that in the Constitution. You guys really need to do your homework better.
You're not going to take the recording devices up to the second or third floor.
What's going to happen if we walk up these stairs with the recording devices?
I'm going to take them and give them to the judge because you're on the second or third floor.
Okay.
So I'm following my directives from the judges.
Is one of these guys the judges here? No. Okay. All right. So the judge has instructed you that if I go into an area of my public building.
Read the order, more than willing to let you read the order.
All right. Yeah.
It's posted at the front entrance. Okay. That you can enter.
Yeah. No. I read the order. It said in the courtrooms or the court offices.
You didn't read the current order. The current order, you walk through the mail check, the current order is on that same front screen off to the side.
Okay.
You're more than willing. You can give me a copy of it.
Yeah, I'd like a copy of it.
That's not a problem. I can do that.
Yeah.
So
I like that. So he's ordered you to steal my property if I go.
I never said steal. You said steal.
Here we go again with Craig twisting words. That's what he does best.
Guys, I love it. The guy says he's going to confiscate my phone. If I went up to anybody and said, I'm just going to confiscate this, and I did it against their will, they didn't actually grant me they didn't grant me ownership of their property, that would be theft. That would be stealing. But when a cop does it, when they've got that magical badge on their chest, of course it's not theft, it's confiscation. There's a big difference, right? Your Fourth Amendment right that says you've got a right to be free from search and seizure, screw that, right? That doesn't mean anything, right? You know, if a cop does it, that's okay. No, the Constitution was made to protect us from government agents doing this, not from our neighbor. We weren't worried about our neighbor. Our neighbor knew what would happen if he came over. A government agent might actually think he's got the authority to steal our items with no consequences. So, either way, you know.
There you go. Once again. And as always, and like all frauditors always do, building a false narrative. You're comparing a police officer telling you that you're not allowed to go up there with your camera to a random person going up to you and taking your stuff. That's not what's happening here at all. But you paint a scenario, and that's what all of you guys do. You paint a scenario that anybody would agree with. Yes, you're right. It is wrong to steal, but that's not what's happening here. He's not stealing from you. He's not just some random person. He's explaining to you what the situation is and what the rules are in that particular courthouse. If you walked up to me and said, "Hey, I'm going to take your phone," I would say no. But guess what? A cop isn't going to walk up to me and say, "I'm going to take your phone." That's not what's happening here. You're painting it like that's what happened, but watch the video. Watch your own video. That's not what happened. You asked him, what would happen if I went up there? He said, "Well, I'd have to confiscate your phone to show it to the judge." That's what he said. He didn't just randomly come up to you and say, "I'm going to confiscate your phone." You always turn everything around and twist words. He's right. You're an expert at twisting words. You make it sound to your fans like the cop just walked up to you out of nowhere for no reason and said, "I'm going to confiscate your phone." But just go back and look at the last minute of the video. That is not at all what happened. False narrative again.
Okay, could I confiscate your phone, please? I'll just, look, man, I got to confiscate your phone and give it to him. It's his order. So could I just do that for you? Or would that be theft?
We're not going to stand here and argue.
Right, no, I get it, because the logic's ridiculous. Okay, but if the order doesn't say anything about the staircase, then I'm going to go up the stairs, because this isn't the floors. This is the staircase to it, and then there's a door. There's a door, and the area immediately adjacent to the courtroom is not this area here. There's a door. Yeah, no, it's not flying with me. So I'll read the order, but if I don't agree with it, then you can steal my property and we can get some litigation filed and all that stuff. So
I call bullshit. Craig and his buddy Ty has never filed any litigation, and I don't think they ever will. It's all about the money, and I don't think they're going to pay the lawyer fees to file any lawsuits.
We fucking litigate. Don't worry about that. We don't hesitate to litigate. But hey, I saw Felon Filming 5-0, or no, it was a different member. Who was it that I posted the thing. So, but all right, they asked Frauditor Troll should come up and debate. He won't come up and debate. He'd host a debate. He'd host a conversation, but he wouldn't actually debate any points. Violet Wings, you're welcome up on the chat as well. You don't need to pay attention to everybody in the chat if they're hurting your feelings. It's about us. But you never do litigate. No, we litigate. Oh, we litigate. Don't worry about that. When you get settlements, they make you sign non-disclosure agreements. Ain't nobody allowed to talk about that. So we won't even go into how we litigate. But don't you worry, we don't hesitate. All right, so let's keep going.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Earlier in the video, you said that it was not about money. It was about exposing bad cops. But now it's about money because you're going to sue everybody all the time? That almost sounds like some chili con man delete laws kind of crap there.
Can figure that out. Where is this order that I hear of?
You come right here front, sir. Right next to no food and drink. You want those three things, please.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. So, but not like an area that's adjacent to it. Adjacent means directly outside of. Right. The staircase isn't that. Yeah.
Anywhere there's a courtroom that's on that floor.
That's your people are making up the word. They're making up their own definition for the word adjacent. I just read it, man. It said exactly what I said. The courtroom or the areas immediately adjacent to the courtroom.
But I just made a phone call, and you're right about that.
Thank you. Okay, great. Awesome.
So you can go.
But I cannot go to the areas that are immediately adjacent, which is outside the courthouse room.
To the door.
Exactly.
To the door.
Yep, exactly.
Well, what do you know? I guess he's allowed to go into the staircase. What's so interesting at the top of the staircase? I guess we're about to find out.
Look. So at first, he wants me to go up there because he wants to see me put in handcuffs. Now that I'm allowed to go up there, he wants to know what's so interesting. What's so interesting is how stout or just how determined they are to defend their floor that's immediately adjacent to the courtroom. This is insane, guys. Could you imagine if you went to court and they said, look, outside of here, you've got all the constitutional rights that are provided in the Bill of Rights. But as soon as you come into the courthouse, you lose all those, right? Your right to the free press is gone. Your right to be securing your person's properties and effects, free from search and seizure, that's gone. Could you imagine, guys, how corrupt is that? Like the courtroom, the courthouse is the one place that you actually want your rights to be defended. Because if a judge doesn't recognize your rights, you're obviously always going to lose in a trial against the government. So this is just asinine, guys. But it's okay. These mindless automatons, they don't recognize when stuff is hypocritical. They don't recognize at all when they're wrong. They just, continue to insult, throw names, and all this stuff.
All right, guys. So according to Craig, we're just a bunch of mindless automatons who do whatever the state tells us, and we never state any facts. So let's look at some facts. His argument here is basically that there's no reason for courthouses to have all this insane, asinine security measures. Well, let me read some news articles. In recent years, the number of violent incidents, including courthouses, has been on the rise. In 2005, there were 15 violent incidents in U.S. courthouses. 6 years later, there were already 28 by the time summer hit. Some specific examples. January 13, 2012, seconds after being convicted of third-degree criminal sexual conduct, Daniel Shylins allegedly opened fire last month in the Cook County, Minnesota courthouse and injured 4 people, including an attorney, reported Minneapolis Star-Tribune. After being shot in the leg and the stomach, County Attorney Tim Shawwell crawled 10 feet to the top of the stairwell where he cried for help. In March 1995, a male party entered the King County, Washington courthouse to attend closing arguments in his divorce trial. The suspect pulled a pistol from his briefcase and shot his soon-to-be ex-wife and her 2 female friends. The fatal shots were all fired at close range, and all 3 victims died. In March of 2005, a male was being tried for rape charge in the Fulton County, Georgia, and during the trial, the defendant overpowered a deputy, took their firearm, and the defendant then used that firearm to kill 4 individuals, including a Superior Court judge and a court reporter. Those are just a couple examples. I just started reading. I'll put a link to the entire article below. But when you read this kind of stuff, is it really insane? Is it really asinine for a courtroom to have some security measures? This article I'm reading from, in fact, calls for higher and stricter security measures in courthouses to prevent this sort of thing from happening. But because you're an idiot with a camera, none of this matters. It's just they want to be in control. It's insane and asinine for them to come up with rules. You guys are delusional morons.
So, but let's keep watching. What's so interesting at the top of the stairs? Let's see.
So we're not going to get our property stolen if we go up here, is what they say.
You're pretty good.
Man, we'll get you your workout in today.
Well,
For
I
sure.
put out these steps more than I do the elevator.
Well, good. That is
So-
quite unusual.
Elevator, see? I'm breathing too, just like you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was booking it up there, but that's fine. We like to.
Oh, hang on.
You got your card?
Let me go get you a different one.
Okay.
I don't mind handing my card out to people,
Yeah.
but has my voicemail, a few others
Okay.
scribbled up that's in my car. With
I
the
got
leads
you.
I'll give you.
Yeah, that's fine, man. We got to head that way anyways to get back to our
More
car.
than willing. to give you one.
Great. What was your name, man?
Corporal John Chainstein.
All right, man. Yeah, Craig.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. All right. Start the fast track down.
It's easier going down than it is going up.
There's a lot of technique involved in getting this,
Oh yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
technique.
Craig is used to running. As a failed drug dealer, he's had to run from the cops many times. Many times. So he's used to that.
I don't know where he's getting his info from. I've never ran from the cops. I unlike a lot of people, know that, you know, when you're cornered in your house, it's futile to run from these guys who are blocking the door, especially when they're armed with guns. Maybe somebody's done it, but I wasn't taking my chances. But yeah, failed drug dealer time, McNabb. Yeah, I made tons of money. I made tons of money from drug dealing. So, you know, but that's okay, guys. You know, either way, it's fine. You know, but all right, guys. So let's just continue on with it.
And once again, he's going to prove Troll wrong by admitting and bragging about the fact that he's a criminal. That's great. Just great.
He just hit that curve there.
So just when you think it's over, Craig finds another police officer to harass.
Yeah, I think he is. Hey, bud. Hey, man, you got your ID on you for me today?
My ID?
Yeah.
You don't know.
Well, I just noticed that you hit the curb, man. So, you know, it's a
Which
telltale sign.
Which curb?
This one right here.
Yeah, this is a parking spot.
That is a parking spot.
Yes, sir. We park right there as well.
On the
curb? Yes, sir. We do.
Okay. Okay. Well, man, and maybe that is normal. I'm not from around here, so.
Yeah, we actually park right here.
Yeah. Okay.
We just don't have enough parking here. That's why we're moving uptown.
Okay. Do you got that ID on you for me today, though, just so I know who I'm dealing with, man?
My name is Deputy Daniel. It's right there.
I get you, dude. We run into that all the time, man. People, they like to, you know, because it can be written on a shirt, you know, but my ID could say something totally different. You know what I mean?
Good, absolutely, yeah.
So I was just wondering, could I get that just so I can verify?
This is actually an official ID, sir. I don't need to give you my ID.
Man.
And guys, I didn't get a chance to comment on this in the original video because I just like to let it play out. But could you imagine if this guy got pulled over by somebody who was actually willing to write him a ticket, not one of his blue line loyal gang members, but somebody who's just willing to write him a ticket, and he looked at his shirt and said, "That's my ID. Like, that's an official ID. Go ahead and run it."
Dag nabbit, Craig, your stupidity is so insane. If he got pulled over, he'd show his ID, his driver's license, because he's driving. That's why he would present his driver's license. What are you talking about? He wouldn't just say, "Oh, look at my shirt," because that's not what people do. That's not a thing that happens. You make these things up. You just make stuff up. You just make stuff up. Just say it, state it like it's a fact, and your fans eat it up like chili, right? Just eat it up. Just go nuts, and they love it.
Z Daniel. Nobody would take that. It's not an official ID. But regardless, we get the ID because I'm addicted to IDs. Everybody knows it. I've got a severe addiction to IDs. I need it every time I see somebody. I just want their ID. So, you know, we get it. Of course, we get our fix. And yeah, Paul, he showed ID. Absolutely, he showed ID.
Look, I get it, man. Look, I run into people like this. They're uncooperative a lot.
I'll tell you what, there's my sheriff's department ID right there.
There we go. Thank you. All right. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right, man. All right. Well, look, I just, for the, you know.
Wow, it looks like he's stumbling on his words. It's the sheriff actually showed his ID, and now he doesn't know what to say.
Everybody, I've been showed more IDs from sheriff department employees and police department employees than I believe any other auditor in the game. And guys, I've been auditing for 6 months. I mean, I get IDs on a regular basis.
Again, you just said it. You get IDs from these cops all the time. So where is this horrible, evil, rotten, no good tyranny? You ask them for ID, they show it. What's the problem? You keep talking about these cops doing these things and then proving either through your video or through what you're saying that they're not doing them. So what? You are proving yourself wrong. You just said they give me their IDs all the time. So what's the problem? If they give you their IDs all the time, what's the problem? If they're actually doing it, what's the problem? What's wrong? What are you complaining about?
So I don't know what this guy's thinking that I'm stumbling. I was stumbling not because I got an idea, it was because I was thinking of the next directive to give this guy.
Integrity of your vehicle's wheels and all that, I'd advise you not to go up onto that curb anymore. That
Like
might.
I said, it's a parking spot, so
Yeah,
it's inevitable not to go up on the curb.
I get what you're saying, man. But I just say, just be a little more careful next time, and that way your car is gonna last you longer. You won't get very many flats like that. So, but all right, man, it's good talking to you today. You're free to go, brother. Appreciate having a talk with you.
All righty, you too.
Yep.
All right, so after that, he opens the panel up for discussion. To be fair, he does invite anyone to come up, including people who disagree with him. However, all the people that end up on there are just his people. They end up being an echo chamber. But there are a few things that came up during the discussions that I wanted to go over as well and sort of address these issues as they come up. So let's take a look at some of the highlights or perhaps lowlights from his echo chamber little meeting.
I just think it's hilarious. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah. I just think it's hilarious how people want to make fun of making a YouTube channel by making a YouTube channel.
No, we're not making fun of people for making YouTube channels. We're making fun of people for frauditing, but go on.
It's like such a step removed from, it's like people say like, oh, like get a real job. And then these people are making, money. Like I was saying in the chat, like I thought it was Patreon at first, but he's got channel members. And so he's getting paid to make these videos, stealing your videos of, what they wouldn't even consider like a real job or whatever. Like, it's just so, the cognitive dissonance with the whole thing is just so insane to me.
All right, so I'll give you the example that I always give all of these frauditors. If you are filming someone and they ask you, please don't film me, but you film them anyway and then post their image and make money off of it, why is that okay, but it's wrong for us to do what we do? Well, I have the right to do that. Well, so do I. It's called fair use. So there you go, buddy. Shove it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, it's okay if he goes around and makes fun of people and slanders their name. But and we don't even do that, right? We just go roll the film, we just act like we act. Sometimes we go and we don't impersonate cops, but we ask them the same questions they ask us, and that's harassment. And when they ask us those questions, they're just doing their job. Well, this is our job, right?
Yeah.
We actually have a YouTube channel.
Hey, who are these people, bro? Like, who are these people that make these videos? Like, what is it?
We can show them to you. We can show you who they are.
Why? What makes them go against people like you guys? Like,
there are a number of reasons why we do what we do. The basic idea is to point out stupidity when we see it and to expose to the general public who isn't aware that you guys exist, believe it or not. You guys think you're so important, but the average person on the street doesn't know who you are. That's why you're able to get away with acting like a jerk. But guess what? In the old days, if people acted like jerks, they'd just take a beating and it'd be over. But since you guys have a camera now, nobody wants to give you a beating. They want to call the cops so that they don't get in trouble for beating you up, for getting in their face and talking trash. But since you have a camera, now you're allowed to do that. And that's just socially unacceptable behavior. It's not cool. It's lame. Craig keeps saying that he just does this to cops, but he's got tons and tons of videos of him walking into buildings and messing with regular employees, not cops. This is just BS, and we're exposing the BS, we're exposing the scam, we're exposing the lies. He's lying to you. How many things did he say in this very video that I just pointed out was a lie? He lies to you and you believe it, and we're here to expose the lies and show you guys these guys are lying to you. They're building false narratives, and what they're doing is a bunch of socially unacceptable garbage.
You asked who they were. Who are these people? Well, these
Yeah.
people are, look, they're simply bootlickers. They love the police. They love the government. Everything that the government does is correct, and they've never wronged anybody.
Right. All we do is lie, lick boots, and call names. And yet you just lied because no one has ever said that every single thing the government has ever done is okay. You called names, called bootlickers, did all the things that you accuse of us of doing. Disingenuous so much. All right, now I'm actually going to end it here because he spends the rest of the time pretty much talking about a video where a cop murders somebody. Because, of course, and as always with these guys, they take the most absolute, extreme, insane example that they could possibly come up with and apply that to everything. So now the only way to go against him would be to be for people being murdered. They twist it and make it that. If you think that it's wrong for people to harass people and film it and post it on YouTube, then you support cops murdering people. That's what he tries to equate it to. And obviously, that's insane. And none of us support that. But he's going to try and build it, as he always does, that we just are. I don't know what he thinks we are. He's obviously completely insane. He believes in anarchy. He's specifically stated before on Troll's channel that he's an anarchist. He doesn't believe in the government at all. He thinks everyone should just be free to run around and rob people and murder people and rape people. And he doesn't care because he said himself he lives in a neighborhood where the worst thing that ever happens is maybe there's a domestic once in a while. So obviously he has no idea what the real world is like. He has no idea that there actually are violent people in the world. And thank God he's never actually run into a real violent person, but he seems to believe that they don't even exist. He lives in Fantasyland. He lives in Disney World. He lives in perfect hippie town where nothing ever goes wrong and no one ever breaks the law except for him because he admitted that he's a criminal. But whatever, that's fine because he doesn't believe in marijuana laws. Therefore, they don't mean anything. But we're not going to do anything to actually try and change those laws or whatever. We're just going to be butthurt that we got busted for having marijuana and spend the rest of our lives just talking trash about cops because we're butthurt because we got caught.